Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Look here, I got somebody that I consider to be a friend of mine today on the show, Bro Sanchez. I'm going to let him introduce himself in a few minutes, but I wanted to lay the foundation before we get started. This brother has been doing his bid and is about to go home, and when I first met him, he was a little bit rough around the edges, but now he has developed, in my opinion, into someone that I believe is going to be a benefit to society. And one of the reasons, in addition to that I wanted to talk to him, because I believe that he has something to share about what this has been like for him. If I'm not mistaken, this is your second time in? First time in. And he was at one of the, in my opinion, most dangerous prisons in the state at one time, you know. And I want to talk to him a little bit about what it's been like for him being in prison the first time, what it was like to be at a facility like that, and what his hopes and dreams are for the future, right? I think this is going to be a good interview, and I hope that y'all do what you normally do, hit them comment sections up, and let us know what you think about it, right? So, bro, let me, first of all, thank you for sitting down with me and doing this.
Man, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. And you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll get started.
Well, as you said, my name's Sanchez, first name Billy.
Billy.
I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana, moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where I've grown. And here I am, in prison.
Yeah, dig that. So, how old were you when you first came in, man?
I was 26.
26 years old. Had you ever been locked up before? In jail, juvenile, anything?
Simple stuff.
Simple stuff? Yeah. What was your life like before you came to prison?
Well, man, good grades, stellar athlete, man, love family, big on family, matter of fact.
If I'm not mistaken, did you have a chance to go to college or something?
Yes, I did. I did get to get into some college, got to play some football, got to do various things.
Right. But tell me what it's been like. What was the process like for you when you first came to prison? What was it like?
Man, I won't even just, I do you one better. I start with, like, when I first got locked up and understood how real my situation actually was. Like, first time I went to court and they said 25 years. And I'm like, you know, I'm lost for words, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it hit me, I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
25 years for what?
Yeah.
You know, and then I continued to go through court and just got realer and realer. The time got lower, but you know, at the end of the day, it was real.
Yeah.
You know, and so once I ended up coming for 8 years, 100%, I'm like, oh, dang.
Cause a shot.
Yeah. So get the classification. I get the classification, and I'm like, okay. Go to a part they call gangland.
Gangland?
Yeah, they call it gangland.
Wonder why they call it that.
Man, so, hey, man, you had the GDs, the Vice Lords, the Aryans, the Crips. It's 1,000 of them, you know what I'm saying? So,
and at this time you were claiming?
I'm GD.
There it is. Okay, I just want you to get that on record.
So, hey, that's what it was, you know what I'm saying? So it got to, you know, I met a few brothers. My guy Max said, and he was like, hey, bro, this how things go around here.
What did he say? How did
he was like, hey, bro, man, that's our phone. This one, too. We share with them, which was the Bloods at the time, because it was only a few of them in the pod. So it's a lot of us. You know, it's 128 people in this pod classification. So it might have been like maybe 7 or 8 of them, and it might have been like 23, 24 of us. But we was on tier management, so it kind of limited who came out, and a lot of us rolled the phone. I damn sure did, because I'm new in prison. I don't got nothing to do right now, so can't do nothing but ride the phone in classification. And so that night came, and they called my name and said, hey, pack your bags, you leaving. I'm like, you know, I left. Got the trials there, and as soon as I walked in, man, I see guys snorting off the tables, smell straight like smoke. You know what I'm saying? Guys smoking, you know, it's just out in the open. Honestly, it felt like home. You know what I'm saying? I like being in the hood. So, you know, it felt like home. So, you know, got there and had to really see what was going on. Seeing some familiar faces, you gotta look for a familiar face when you somewhere unknown. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a few familiar faces. He just happened to be my little cousin. He was like, "Hey, bro." He was like, "Man, your brother's up there." And then he yelled for a few of them and was like, "Hey, man, my cousin, GD, my cousin." I'm like, "Dang, cuz, for real?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, man, you know, I'm trying to chill, you know.
Right.
But once that part started, the bros came, they embraced me and everything, and, you know, took me to my cell and everything. We all chopped it up and everything and went from there. And then, man, time went by, you know, shower security, he said, and I'm like, what? I gotta watch a man. I gotta sit down on the table while you take a shower. You feel?
So that was new to you because
man, this is
you
new.
never been locked up.
Had
you heard about that when you were on the street?
Man, I've heard about it, but I ain't never
experienced it. I'm not
like, you know, you gotta make call outs and somebody violate. You know what I'm saying? This call out, you know, it's consequences behind that.
Explain that to
so, you know, you can
call out when you do.
So, like, okay, my brother may stay upstairs.
Yeah.
And coming down these stairs, hey, shower down low. We letting it be known. So, hey, we might say it a couple of times. You better be aware, whoever you is, whatever affiliation you may be, please don't be a peon. A peon that's somebody that's not affiliated.
Don't stand a chance.
But please don't be somebody that's not affiliated, because it's even worse for you. You know what I'm saying? But when we call shower down low, hey, that means we coming down. We going to the showers and get out the way.
Everybody.
No matter who it is, get out the way. Make way.
And what happens if they don't get out the way?
Hey, man, you can get your ass whooped. Or you could be taxed. One of the two.
Right.
Or both.
Right.
You know
right. That's a source of income.
Yeah. It's just how it's going to happen. Or, you know, and then when the brother come out, hey, shower up top, we going back. Same rules apply. And you just stay out the way till we get through. Go back to normal like nothing ever happened.
And this is all day, anytime.
Man, this whenever a brother trying to get in the shower, if you get, hey, bro, I need you real quick. That's what it is. It could be any brother call.
Yeah. So what? The op is doing the same thing though.
Everybody doing it. Everybody doing it. So you gotta be on, man. You gotta be on your toes.
Stay out of the way. Yeah. So what happens usually? Like I know what happens when a peon is in the way, purposely or accidentally. I know what happens with that. What happens if the op happens to be in the way?
If it's you know what I'm saying? Man, you know, it's some conversations that need to be held. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, everybody got their bylaws, rules, or whatever we may want to call them. You know, so we need to chop it up real quick. Hey, bro, man, how we gonna deal with this? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can catch a fade. Somebody can shoot some bread. Whatever we gonna do, but business got to be handled regardless. Because hey, we would expect the same from y'all. That's you know what I'm saying. So that's just how it go.
See, I wanna like give people a little history behind that as to why that takes place in here, right? I know back in the day when I was at rotation, I'm old now.
Joke.
But see, one of the reasons, and I'm not justifying it, y'all. I know y'all gonna say what you got to say, but one of the reasons that things like that got implemented in the penitentiaries because back in the day, you know, going to the shower was, if not the most vulnerable time, it's number 2 is the most vulnerable time that you're going to be in the penitentiary. And a lot of brothers on both sides of this thing got killed like that. You know, and I know a lot of people say, well, why do they do that in prison and all this and that? Because people die in here, you know? And if you don't do that, you know, the chances of something happening takes place. Now, am I condoning it? No. Does it take place? Yes. Is it a reason that it takes place? Yes. Yeah. Does it make sense to somebody on the streets?
Probably not.
No.
But you got to deal with it. You got to be able to see it.
The environment that you're in, right? You can't relate to this if you don't see it, because I know the image that they might get on TV or in the movies that it works like this or works like this. In here is real.
Yeah, and see what they got to understand is the shower part is the equivalence to catching somebody slipping on the town. That's all it is.
Good analogy.
You know what I'm saying? You catch somebody slipping, hey, get what? I'm getting in the shower. I ain't got nothing on me. I'm naked.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, how can I defend myself other than some shower shoes?
Yeah, my biggest thing about that, the reason I never did, I brought them, they escort me to the shower, you know what I'm saying, because of my position, but I never really got into that. They used to always argue with me about
I hate it.
Wearing my boots, and I'm not wearing no boots.
I hate
you know
it.
what I'm saying, going to the shower. But yeah, what was something else that you had to get acclimated to? You know what I'm saying, being somebody the first time in prison.
So man, you know, somebody got issues going on. You know what I'm saying, to get to the point where it's there. You know, catching fades. You know, hey, we're gonna line them up and knock them down. You know what I'm saying?
You need to explain that terminology to them. They don't understand that.
I got you. What I'm saying by that is, you know, hey, it's us and y'all. Y'all gonna line up over yonder. We're gonna line up on this side. We're gonna go in this cell and we're gonna catch the fade. What I mean by the catch a fade is we're gonna jack. We're gonna fight. However you want to look at it. We're gonna go in here for a certain amount of time. We're gonna come up out of there. But when this is over with, it's a dead issue. You don't bring it back up. It's over with.
Right.
And you go on about your business. Have a nice day.
So what was it like for you the first time that happened? That you were involved?
Man, it was weird.
What you mean?
Because I'm like, man, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I'm like, man, I ain't really on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the crib. I'm trying to do my time, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got time to be in here doing no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know this?
So it's a big difference in being affiliated on the town versus in the penitentiary.
Definitely.
You would agree with that?
Definitely.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Because it's a different set of rules in here.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Is there anything like? Can you give us like something that happened talk about something that happened that the story that you would like to share? You know.
Man, you know, man, as I said, man, like the relationship stats.
Okay.
The inmate to officer thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, you know, a lot of women in the prisons. You know, so hey, you know, we men, they women. Of course, we gonna shoot our shots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, people just don't understand that. Hey, that's still a woman with a conscience. I'm still a man with a conscience and feelings just like her. If they gonna go, they gonna go. And people don't understand that. Hey, man, it's a chance that it can happen.
Right.
And you know, when it happened, it happened. So you know,
so when you ever involved, because you say you laid the foundation, so I gotta ask the question.
I had a few instances, you know what I'm saying, where I was able to do my thing or whatever.
What was that like for you?
Man, at first looking at it, you know what I'm saying. Now let's say this is some time back now, you know what I'm saying. Sure. But my first encounters, it was cool, cause you know I'm on that. You know what I'm saying. I'm like, shit, hey, I'm comfortable here. I'm in the hood. That's why I looked at prison. You know, I'm in the hood, so I'm trying to shoot at everything. You know, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot, I shot my shot. I got my chick. You know what I'm saying, and had her doing whatever I needed her to do.
Right.
She took care of the business for me, and that's whatever I needed. If I needed something to drink, if I needed something to smoke, something to eat from out there on the town, whatever it may be, hey, she made sure I was straight. That's all I could ask of her, you know.
Right. It didn't cost you any money at all, did it?
Nah, not when you get in.
No, but let me ask you this though, okay? When you find yourself in a situation like that, how does that play over with the rest of the brothers?
Well, you know, you got some brothers that, of course, man, hey, man, see if she gonna do such and such, or see if she'll do this. You don't really want to, but then you got some brothers that's gonna try to throw the business at you, like it's a, you know, this the book, bro. This the book. Argue a lot. My business ain't the business, you know what I'm saying? So then I had individuals that like to say, oh, so you bigger than the mob. No, this ain't had nothing to do, you know what I'm saying? So guys just had to understand that, man, listen, if you knew the business or you were familiar with the business, these type of things ain't gonna happen to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you think that because you were new to the system, even though you had been there for a while at this point, they were trying to manipulate,
man,
you know what I'm saying,
I damn sure felt like brothers was trying to dirty Mac because my situation, it grew fast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and then I was dealing with some ops as well, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, hey, I'm a cool dude, you feel me? So, you know, it ain't just about my brothers at the end of the bus. Yeah. You know, hey, man, I'm trying to do my own thing. I don't mind breaking bread, but hey, this mine. I need this for me. I don't need you to keep giving me so that I gotta keep coming to you. Nah, this ain't that type of party.
That ain't how you get out.
You know, that ain't how you supposed to hustle. That hustling backwards. If I can't get me in, for me,
yeah,
I gotta keep. Nah, man, we ain't finna do that.
You can't do that. Okay, let's train. You know,
Man.
I mean, what was the process like for you when you started to see life different? What was the triggering event, if it was one?
Coming into prison, I was already kind of screwed up. Had the loss of my grandmother right at the beginning of my sentence, you know, and to my grandmother, she felt like I could do no wrong, you know what I'm saying? You know, most grandmothers do, you know what I'm saying?
Got your back.
Shout out to all grandmas, you know, shout out to all grandmas. But, man, I ran into a guy named Zachary Holmes,
okay.
You know what I'm saying, at the beginning of my incarceration, and, man, he started talking to me, and he just became like a big brother to me, you know what I'm saying? And he got me involved in some programs. I took a little program, Victims Impact, and a little domestic violence classes, little different classes, you know what I'm saying? And I just started seeing some of my flaws, but I also started seeing flaws from the other side, which would be basically the women that I chose to deal with, things of that sort, the environments I chose to hang out in, and I started seeing where I was putting myself at, you know what I'm saying, how I kept on ending up in certain predicaments. And man, I just kind of started growing from that point, but then I continued through prison, and I kept on running into older individuals, you know what I'm saying? You know, there was a guy from Springfield named Crippin' Corey, you know what I'm saying? That was my guy, Corey Brown, man.
Yeah.
Man, that was like my first cellie, and he was like, hey, bro, he said, man, look here, man. I don't know if you've been here, I don't know if you haven't, but hey, this how we do things in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he just kind of schooled me, and then, you know, we sat in the cell, play chess and all of that, work out, and read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, he just started familiarizing. I grew up, by the way, I veered up in the church, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of, I veered away due to the fact that I feel like I was forced to do it. You know what I'm saying? Versus... You know what I'm saying? You getting up and you going to church every Sunday or every choir rehearsal or every whatever going on, you going. So I ain't had no choice. So feel like I got the opportunity to make that choice. I kind of veered away. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that played a big part in me coming to prison as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I did everything I did what I wanted.
Right.
You know, and I lacked discipline. You know, self-respect. I ain't value myself the way that others saw how I should have been valued.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so once I began to learn these type of things, you know, a lot changed for me, you know, and it's just program after program, different individuals. I started changing the individuals that I was rocking with. Got some better brothers around me, you know what I'm saying? Not saying all the brothers around me was bad, but because I'm not just saying gangsters, I'm saying individuals that I decided to allow myself to be vulnerable and let in, you know, and some good guys. You became one, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Joe. Several guys, though, you know what I'm saying, that I just allowed to be around, and I could just go and chop it up with over time. And, you know, sometimes I didn't want to hear what y'all might have had to say, but it's what I needed to hear. You know, and then I finally got to that point where I started actually listening to what y'all had to say, because I untaught. Somebody got to listen. Then vice versa. So, you know. Okay.
So, what would be your message? And I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to tell us. What would be your message to anybody that was living the life and was thinking about coming into this lifestyle, living a lifestyle that could lead them to prison? What would be your message?
So we speaking on living the lifestyle that's, you know, like...
Yeah, the business.
Okay, so man... Look,
which would ultimately lead to you in most situations here.
So man, in this day and age, man, get your shit together, man. This ain't it. You don't want to be here. You don't want nobody telling you what to do all day, every day, when to get up, when to eat. Half the time when you can, hey, stand at your door, man. That's not what you want, man. You got to get it together, man. Grow up. Respect yourself, respect others, boundaries, and man, hey, live life. This ain't it.
Dig that, man. I'm gonna look here. Enough said. I don't need to say anything on top of that. I really want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this, bro. Real talk. We've been trying to sit down and do this for a long time, so we finally got it done right. And I I really want y'all out there when you listen to this episode to respond and let this brother know and encourage him because he's finna go home. It's over. He's going home.
Man, hey.
And
I'm getting so tired.